Hello everyone, Bill here, STL Puckhead, back with another video. Last week's video, I showed some of my favorite Junk Wax era graded cards and some of my graded King Griffey Jr. cards in my collection. And so far that video is doing very well. I appreciate everybody tuning in and supporting the channel. Today I was closing in on 90 subscribers, and my last two videos are doing very well so far since I put them out on YouTube. So I appreciate everybody tuning in, supporting the channel, and watching the videos. Today's video, I'm going to focus on some of my favorite modern rookie cards that I have in my collection. I've got, I think, 10 or 11 cards pulled out I'm going to go through today, and I'll tell you a little bit about each one of them. Probably, how I picked it up, how much I paid for it, stuff like that. So without further ado, I'll get this turned around and get into the video. All right, everybody, I'm back with the second part of this video. Again, these aren't, super valuable cards. They're not all the modern rookie cards that I have graded in my collection. They're just of either players that I really like, or I just really like the cards specifically. Most of these SGC cards that I'm going to start off with and show you, I graded all of these myself. I bought them raw and sent in. So these cards are really cool to me. So here's the first one I'm going to start off with. A 2011 Topps Freddie Freeman. This card I bought raw off eBay and thought it looked really sharp. Sent it into SGC and got graded. It came back as a 9, which I was hoping for a little bit better grade than that. But I'm okay with that. I'll keep this in my collection. I really like Freddie Freeman. He's kind of a beast, so if he keeps, his current pace, he'll probably end up in the Hall of Fame one day. Here's a really cool one I bought a while ago. Again, I think I bought this at the local card shop ungraded. I can't remember, as I've had this one for a while, and set it in to get graded. It came back as a 9. And a 10, this is I think at one time a $300 or $400 card. Justin Verlander, one of the best modern pitchers. And then really, he's probably the current pitcher that has the best shot at getting 300 wins, and he'll probably never get it. But I don't think there'll ever be another pitcher that gets 300 wins again. Verlander's got a shot. He's up in his lower to mid 40s. But I think he's around 260 wins or so for a season. He'd have to pitch, probably 2 or 3 more years, and that'd be a tall order for him to ever get to 300. But there's no doubt this guy's a Hall of Famer. And then next up we have Vladimir Guerrero's 2019 Topps Update. I really like Vladdy. His dad was a beast. Vladdy's off to a similar start in his career. I think moving him to first base maybe, long-term hurt his hobby a little bit. But I just like his long-term potential. To me, I don't care if he's a DH or a first baseman or a third baseman. If he puts up Hall of Fame numbers, he's still a Hall of Famer to me. But I just really like this card, the short print from the 2019 update. I just thought this was a really cool card. So this one I actually pulled out of, I think, a hanger pack back then, because like I said, when I first got back into the hobby, I was buying all modern stuff. I was going to Walmart and buying hanger boxes and blaster boxes, and I sold a lot of this more modern stuff that I have, but these are a few of the cards that I've kept. So I really like this card of Vladdy. Here's one I definitely bought ungraded from the local card shop here in Columbia. I got this raw out of a bargain box and sent it in to get graded. It came back a 10. Jose Ramirez, this guy's a beast, without question, the best player on Cleveland's team. And long term, if he keeps putting up similar numbers, he could find himself in the Hall of Fame one day. This is one of my favorite eBay purchases. I bought this quite a while off of eBay, ungraded, and sent it in. It came back as a 9. It's uncentered, or it's off center a little bit. But this is the only graded Yachty rookie card that I have. I don't have any Albert Pujols graded rookie cards either. I have a couple raw, but I'd like to, as a Cardinals guy, I need to get my hands on more of these and, you know, more graded Albert and Yachty rookie cards and get them added to my collection. And again, sorry about my voice. I've kind of been dealing with a little bit of the sniffles here lately. It's starting to clear up and I'm feeling better, but I can hear it in my voice that something's still not quite right. So this Mike Trout here, 2011 Bowman's Best. This was his cheapest, air quotes, rookie card. And a while back, I was wanting to get my hands on one and did some research, and this one was the most affordable one. I think in a 10, it's about a $300 or $400 card. I think at the time for a 9, I paid about $200 for this when the 10s were going for about $600, I think. This one's come down considerably from the $200 I paid for it. And I did not like the looks of this card online when I was doing the research on them. But then once I got it in my hands, I thought it looked a lot better in person. So this is a really cool card. Again, I would like to get my hands on more Mike Trout rookies, but they're pretty cost prohibitive for me at this point. This card right here is the first grade card and the only card I have ever graded myself with PSA, and part of the reason why I'm an SGC fanboy. So this card I bought raw off eBay quite a while ago, you know, early in 2019, and I sent it in to get it graded at the local card shop or through the local card shop. We paid $50 to get this card graded with Express. This is during the height of the pandemic. This card in a 9, when I sent it off, was going for about $300. And in a 10, it was going for about $1,000. Well, I paid $30 for the card ungraded and then $50 to grade it. So I'm about $80 into this card. Well, it took, I want to say, 3 or 4 months for PSA to get this card back. And in that period of time, you know, the 10s went from $1,000 all the way down to $300 while I was waiting for this card to come back from PSA. And it's very, very slightly, I think, off-centered top to bottom. But this is a really sharp card, and I was kind of shocked that it came back as a 9. But I'm not going to crack it and send it to anybody else with, you know, the value these are going for now and what I already have invested in it. But Mookie Betts, this dude, you know, if he again stays consistent, he had a few down years where he was battling injuries and stuff like that, but long term, I think Mookie Betts has a good shot at being a Hall of Famer. This guy is a no doubt Hall of Famer in my mind. Mad Max, Missouri guy, went to University of Missouri. I would love to see him end up with St. Louis at some point to finish out his career. Just signed a big contract with the Mets. I bought this card at the local card shop. I think I paid $140 for it. And at the time, after I bought it, I went straight home and looked at eBay recent comps, and I think recent comps were about $225 or $250. And then right after he got 3,000 strikeouts for his career, this card shot up to about $750. Now it's come down considerably. I think now it's probably between $100 and $200. But I'll keep this long term. Here's another, in my mind, no doubt Hall of Famer, Clayton Kershaw. This is 2008 Bowman Chrome. I got this at the same time I bought that Mike Trout Bowman's Best. I think I paid $80 for this card. And I would like to get more of his rookies, but especially his 10s are really cost prohibitive for me. Sorry, I'm trying to get the glare of my face off of the camera here, but it's not working so well. But yeah, I really like this card. Good looking card of Clayton Kershaw. I have his Topps rookie ungraded that I paid about $100 for, but it's so off center. I think I would be lucky if I got an 8 on it. So Rafael Devers, I just really liked this card. I bought this from Chris from Missouri at a card show here in Columbia, and he cut me a good deal on it like he always does. I bought this one in a 83 Topps Tony Gwynn rookie card in a PSA 9 off of him at this show. I like Rafael Devers. I think the dude's a beast. If he could clean up his defense a little bit, and just continue to put up the offensive numbers that he is, I mean, he has the potential to just long-term be a special player. And then last but not least, probably one of my two favorite current players. As a Cardinals fan, of course, I've got to love Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado. Right now, I don't have an Arenado graded. I have one raw in a stack to send in. But this was one of my first purchases off of eBay once I got back into it in early 2019. I think I paid about $60 for this. I think Paul Goldschmidt, you know, he's amazing. He's in his mid-30s. I believe he's hanging out, you know, in the 300 home run range. So he's really going to have, you know, 3 or 4 more really steady, productive seasons, I think, to make it into the Hall of Fame. But with his numbers last year and winning the MVP, I don't think he's done yet. I think he's still got a few more good years in him. I would like to see him be able to bring a title back to St. Louis, but we'll see how their pitching holds up this year. But so I think that's going to do it for today's video. Again, I just wanted to show you some of my more modern rookie cards that I have in my collection of some of either my favorite players or some of my favorite cards. Again, none of these are super valuable. There are several that are probably, you know, in the $100 to $200 range, but I just think these are cool cards and wanted to show them to you all. Again, I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you for your recent support. If you catch this one, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And take a look at some of my past videos. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next one.